And this was something. It was really, really impressive. Yeah. Of course, she learned it by her heart. No, she just. But it was and it sounded really good. And I think it was also something the natives could understand. Of course. Okay. And this was the situation. There were really less or really few human beings who, in the younger age, so I was mid-20 and they were younger, were there and said, okay, I want to become a presenter or something. Yeah. By the way, there was the idea to have children cameras, so like there were different shows, Michael Schanze, for example, yeah, and he, 1, 2 or 3 and so, and then there were children behind the camera, or the broadcasting camera, and they did like a real cameraman, often men, of course, in this time, and they were allowed to do things like a real cameraman, and this was something, but behind the camera, not in front, and so I was really impressed by the Alexandra that she was standing there and said, yes, I want to become a presenter, a female presenter, because often, it was a male-ish and male-dominated society, and also TV business. So it developed on, and Matthias said also, now Peter, you have to come, it's a duty. And I remember this situation. The feeling for me was, oh, he's a little bit impolite because I'm the boss, but I'm not a real boss. I just was a student and had the idea of music television. And he said, now, Peter, you have to come to Cologne. And maybe I'm a little bit, sensitive and maybe a little bit. You know, in German there's a saying, it's called the sound, or the tone, the sound makes the music. So it's something in the way, like he said it's maybe this, I'm here in the Rhineland, and it's maybe like a joke and not a joke, and it's testing, and maybe he was also excited, me too. So the whole situation was that I said, no, I don't like it to be forced to come to Cologne. Okay, and then it went on, and in the end, then there was a situation. Alexandra asked me, do you like to marry me? She asked me, not I asked her. And I said, I was a little bit surprised, and I said, oh, it did not happen often before that someone asked me. And the situation was, like I described before, I was impressed by her courage and her willpower, to stand there and to say, yes, I want to be a presenter. Because I was really afraid. Because I was more, like I said, I played piano, and I knew from all the performing situations, if you sit at the piano and you play something, I was more in content. I was not the formal person, and I was really often also when I as a teenager played piano in front of maybe 20 or 50 people, I was excited and it was really stress. And so I thought, if they are standing there, they are also maybe very excited, and it's a really power, a richtige Leistung. It's something, it's a special situation, and they do it. They are willing to do it. So, and I was not willing to do it because I was maybe a bit stage fright, or so because television. Maybe if you see it in America, it's a little bit like, you can compare it maybe with Hairspray. If you have the musical Hairspray in Baltimore, the local broadcaster maybe, so it's maybe compared to Germany, but America is 5 times bigger than Germany from the population, and of course Viva started also just in Rheinland-Pfalz or in North Rhine-Westphalia, and though it was more regional, of course. So, but I was not used to it, and I was not. It was a special situation. and I was the boss and everything. So I said, no, I'm not coming to Cologne in the first time there. And then there was this engagement, acoustical engagement. So she asked me, I said yes, and I asked back. And now I have to say maybe someone said also yes. So, and this is also, it's a key situation afterwards. And so like Matthias one and then this Alex thing, because then it developed on and on. And then there was a point I thought, wait, first I should come to Cologne because Matthias tried to force me. Then they tried it maybe on the emotional way because Alex asked me. And you know, if I am forced, and especially emotional forced, I become really angry because it's not fair and it's something, it shows something of the inner posture of human beings. And you know, to marry someone is really a thing for the whole life, so in my opinion. And so I was a little bit surprised about this development. But of course, and that's the next thing, I also was critical. So I sat there in Bavaria. Bavaria had their own TV, the third program, and the first and the second was the first and second program in Germany were nationwide the same, but the third were different. So we had the Bavarian one, one in Hessen, one in the northern part, one in the western part, one also in this area here where I'm now. It's called SWDR in this time, and later SWR or SWR, Südwestrundfunk, Southwest Broadcasting Station. So, and the northern one was known where I grew up. I knew also, and by the way, there's a very small state, it's called Bremen. They had their own television program, but the whole state is, I think, nearly 500,000 or maybe 600,000 human beings, so it's a really small one. And so there was a comedian, and he was really, really funny. And his name is HP or Hans-Peter Kerkeling, and he had a humor. It was different from the humor we had before, because it was more, it's called, for example, Klimbim, and it was more Klamauk, and it was more like a brutal one, so like, sometimes a little bit like Tom and Jerry, so something you try to, now you have to laugh, things like this. So, and he had more a weaker and more intelligent, humor or jokes, and I really liked it. So I did know Bavarian broadcasting station, from Bremen, from Hessen, and maybe from the northern part. It's NDR, Norddeutsche Rundfunk. And so I became aware of this situation because I was in Bavaria, and I saw Bavarian third program for the first time a longer period, when I was a student there. And then Viva came up, and I was asked about different things, and I just mentioned, it's a little bit special that the third programs are different in the whole nation. And then, because I had always interest in politics, I also asked, could it be that the third programs are the reason for different results during elections? So in general, so the South was more conservative, Christian, success in, so the conservative CDU, success in the South, and the North was more SPD, more social Democrats. And I just asked myself, and also in the public or with the Viva situation, is there a connection? So because of the third programs, the results in the elections are like they are in the last maybe 20 or years before. So, and this just was a question. So I was critical because of this existing system of the media. That's the first thing. Then I was yeah, a civil duty person, so I did not military or the Bundeswehr here in Germany. And so I just went the next step and said, who is organizing the third programs? And of course there are Intendanten or people who are the chairman of this broadcasting station. And I just guessed, I couldn't check it, but I guessed they are all were part of the Bundeswehr before, and they are trained to be a soldier in the sense of to take money to do what others want that they do. This is, in my definition, soldier thinking. And this is a male thing, and it's a male thinking, and it's something I was not used to, because in the civilians or in the civil duty, I also followed, of course, commands or suggestions of my. It was a nurse often, who was more experienced in the field. But it was, also this, the sound makes music. It was a different situation, and I just thought, and there were examples that there were strict comments and like you have to do that, and also but so it just maybe also from different movies. But okay, this was my impression of military thinking and military behavior, and also all this uniform, not polyform or multiform. So it's not very humane, because you just can change. If someone is missing, you just take another soldier. He looks the same way because he has the same uniform. Okay, and this is something. It's an expression of the idea of human beingness, and this is in the military thinking different than maybe if you follow more the human rights and more in general humane ideas. Okay, and so I was critical about the existing third program system, and there's a maybe you know the comic, it's called Asterix and Obelix, and there was a sentence like divide et impera, it's Latin in the sense of divide something and then you can rule. And this is, it seems to me, it seems to be the same situation with the third program. And so I said, okay, I'm media critical because of the situation of media, and it fits to the military thinking and the soldier thinking of all the people who are organizing the third programs and in general the media. And the next point is, even if these human beings are able to reflect, of course, and discover, it could be interesting to have Bavarian programs maybe in the northern, in Hamburg or whatever, they would not change it because they know it makes just trouble, and it's better not to challenge something or to question a situation. So, and this was something I said just as a 24 age human being. And of course the next thing is, if I would go to Cologne in this situation, I couldn't change the whole system in Germany, the TV system, or like the scenery, or the Landschaft, TV Landschaft, or TV scenery, just because of Viva, of course. And the next thing, and that's another thing, I was politically interested, and I said a little bit cheeky, I want to become Bundeskanzler. Bundeskanzler is the chancellor here in Germany, and of course the first person is the president. The second is the chairman of the Bundesrat, but the third one is Bundeskanzler. So, okay, and in this time it was Helmut Kohl, and everyone knew Helmut Kohl, of course, and he was a well-known figure worldwide because of the reunification, Mr. Reunification oder Mr. Deutsche Einheit. So yes, it was something, okay, it was a special situation also in Germany. And okay, and it was, of course, everyone said, oh, Yeah.